simply at an increase of 20% increased data usage each year.
Weren't we just talking about how AT&T is allegedly going to be out of spectrum, quote unquote, by 2026?
Moose,
They got the least amount of mid-band of all three MNOs.
Literally, AT&T 3-4 months ago, the chief technical officer said, "We need more spectrum. We need guarantees it's going to be full power, and we need more." But the ultimate capacity layer, where the bandwidth is in the millimeter wave.
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
There has to be something said about what I'm about to say here, okay? And I hope that it's quoted in September. If Apple truly was to have listened to Verizon specifically that they needed to have millimeter wave on all their devices, right? Then the iPad would have been less priced because there is a significant cost to the millimeter wave antenna and the configurations by Qualcomm for the modem configuration.
I already addressed that though, Moose.
So yeah, I know. So because it's not cheaper and they kept the same price point, that means that this was once again a business decision. I understand about the again, that's why I said from the beginning that this is one of the biggest pivots I've ever seen that an OEM, not the carrier, is forcing. And it started with a Pro device. This is not a regular iPad.
But it's an iPad, Moose. It's not a
Pro
phone.
device, Chacha.
It doesn't go to the Super Bowl.
And by
people
the way,
do not take their iPad to the Super Bowl. They don't, but they take their iPhone.
The sales stands have iPads. They use them to
So
pay
what?
nowadays.
So what?
Right?
C-band is in those stadiums, and those payment system transactions take a fraction of data.
And
that's not
what that's not to a private network anyways.
Yeah, like dude, come on, Moose, you're better than this. You're better than this, Moose. You are, man.
Moose, also the iPad Pros got a price increase. They got of $200 for each model. They didn't say at the same rate. And also, the lower end iPads never had millimeter wave. It was only the iPad Pros that had millimeter wave, starting with the 2021 models with the M1 chip.
Moose, what are the chances Apple did a full evaluation and said, we need to make these things more cost effective? Let's just take the millimeter wave out. Nobody's using one of these iPads anyways.
I don't think that they would have done it that way. Because again, this is a Pro device. We have people in construction management using iPads on the streets. We have police officers in the urban core using this. They do connect to millimeter wave on their current iPads. I don't believe that is how it went down. How I believe it went down was there are significant amounts of data analytics that Apple gets, aggregated metadata. They recognize that an iPad, right, the ROI to put millimeter wave on there didn't make any sense. Okay? They're doing that across the board, though, not just for the iPad, because I think this decision was made 2 years ago.
Okay. Let's just stop right there, Moose. If that's the case, they put millimeter wave in the first iPhone and the iPhone 12.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they take it out in the 13? Why didn't they take it out in the 14? Why didn't they take it out in the 15? Why are you speculating in the 16 they will take it out?
If it does come to pass where in the 16, the iPhone model takes it out, right? Regardless if it's the cheaper one or the Pro one, whatever, right? If one of them takes it out, it's because they recognize that in order to keep it at a $999 price point for the Pro model, let's just say for the Pro model, they had to consolidate on something, or else the price point would actually have to be higher. Okay? If the price point is higher than $999 and there's no millimeter wave, then that's all a pure business decision. They needed more margin from every iPhone. If they kept the price at $999 but removed millimeter wave, they actually gained margin. Okay? But if they have a phone that's priced at $999, and the cost of goods is significantly more expensive. So the total build cost to manufacture an iPhone has gone up because of inflation and other geopolitical situations, like the situation in Ukraine, Russia, like the situation in Israel, etc., right? Then that means that they have to sacrifice margin. And right now, with Apple losing significant revenue, they're not going to do that. I anticipate that because of the Q1 poor performance, they had to make that decision.
But you just said that they make those decisions years in advance. That
Yeah, they have
your
everything
logic
on
does not
standby.
track here.
They have everything on standby. They literally have multiple different devices that are ready to go at any given time.
If you're saying that they made the decision to cut cost by removing millimeter wave way in advance, their Q1 financials are irrelevant. So you expanding on that point, it makes it your backup to your original point is moot.
Not
They're
to
doing this
Alright.
because they're being cheap. That's
Okay,
the,
so
that's the bottom line.
so let's answer or respond to Barry's statement. Shout out to Barry, man. Long time supporter of the channel. He said, I have an M2 iPad with millimeter wave. I would not purchase a new device which lacks millimeter wave. Go ahead, Moose, respond to that.
Amazing that you have enough coverage of millimeter wave today. I hope that iPad does not need to be replaced in the future or near future if something happens to it, right? A break.
By the way, Moose, he's in PA number 5 or 6, I believe, maybe 4.
I don't even know what that means. Like what? We're talking
Like the 4th biggest city in the country.
Yeah, like what? We're talking about Houston? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, there's only a couple that would have an efficient enough millimeter wave. But anyways, point is that because of this shift, at the bare minimum, I would actually upgrade to the 2023 iPad Pro, right? So I'd have the latest and greatest technology with millimeter wave if it's an iPad.
They
right?
never
The
made a
M3.
2023 iPad Pro. They didn't do that one. You went from the 2022 model with the M2 to the newest one with the M4. They never had it. They didn't release any iPads in 23, and that's why everyone's like, what are they doing? And now they've released some of them now.
Excellent point. So basically, you're stuck with the model that you have, essentially.
Right, well, and Moose, if they made this decision a couple years ago, why didn't they take it out in the 2022 model with the M2?
It's one of those things where back in 2021, you said, right?
Well,
Did we have
21 was
22,
21 was
right?
22 was the previous
Okay.
iPad Pro with the
Did we
M2
have
chip.
C-band? Did we
Yeah,
have it at
20
scale?
No,
Yeah,
22 was the
2022.
launch. Right.
Right. We
22
didn't
was
have it even
22.
close to ready, C-band. We didn't have it at scale. Now we're expecting Verizon to be at what? Easily 290 million, 300 million by the end of the year of C-band pops?
Maybe the end of next year.
Easily they're going to be at 275. Okay? Easily 275. That's pretty widespread. It's more than 50% of their network with C-band. So I'm telling you, it's a business decision and it's going to be a big deal. That's why I'm very disappointed about it. But at the same time, it's like, what is the alternative? There is no other OEM that is big enough in the United States with a big enough market share that can change the opinion of Apple. If they want to do something, they're going to do it.